Now let us continue with our study of nouns. We have already talked about the definition of noun, action of noun, and more importantly, I would like to say that noun as a subject, if it is singular, then the verb will be singular. And if the noun is plural, the subject is plural, the verb will be plural also. This is very important and this will be helpful in your competitive examinations as well when you go for them. Okay? So let us continue with the chapter noun again. Now we are talking about types of nouns. Let us go for our topic, type of nouns. Every teacher has his own concept. In my conception, we should study two types of nouns. First, concrete noun, and second, abstract noun. Okay? Concrete nouns have physical shape, they can be touched, they can be seen, उनको छुआ जा सकता है, देखा जा सकता है. They have a physical structure, concrete structure. Okay? Likewise, first of all, we would like to talk about proper noun, then common noun, collective noun, and material noun. And abstract nouns are the names of quality, action, state, and feeling. We have to draw a demarcation line between these two types of nouns. Concrete nouns, as we know, have some structure, physical shape. They can be touched, they can be seen. Okay? But abstract nouns can only be felt. You feel them. Okay? We'll study one by one. Okay? First of all, we know all about these things. Proper noun is the name of a person and a place. Names of places and persons are proper nouns. Proper nouns begin with a capital letter, that is, the name of a person or the name of a place begins with a capital letter. Remember, they have no plurals. Proper nouns do not have plurals. And they do not take any article. Of course, we have some special proper nouns as the names of our stars in the galaxy, as the names of our planets in our solar system. Okay, they are written as capitals. Names of special buildings like the Taj Mahal, we have them as proper nouns. But remember, because they are special proper names, they are definite proper names, so we use the definite article the before them. Otherwise, normally with the proper nouns, we do not use any article. Like it will not be the Delhi or a Mumbai or an Amritsar or an Anil Kumar or the Ajay Singh. Okay. Well guys, one thing more. These things we will study extensively when we study articles. Okay? Actually, English changes radically. It changes very quickly. It works like a cameo. In French, it is spoken the word cameo. Chameleon, we speak in British English. Okay? So, proper nouns are the names of persons or places. Common noun, it is a common noun of a person, place, thing, creature, or anything. Okay. For example, Suhavi is a girl. So Suhavi is a proper noun, but a girl is a common noun. Rawatbhata is a town. Rawatbhata, proper noun, and town, common noun. India is a great country. India, proper noun, and country, common noun. Got it? So guys, common nouns are used two ways. First, countable, and the other one is uncountable. We make singulars from singular to plurals from the countable common nouns. Okay? And uncountable nouns cannot be counted. That is why they have no plurals. They are used singularly. Remember, this thing is very important. Uncountable noun is used as singularly, as a singular. But countable nouns have plurals and they are used according to the mode of the sentence. Okay? That is why we study singular and plural, and mostly we use common nouns as in making plurals from the singulars. This is our base, that a singular subject will take a singular verb and a plural subject will take a plural verb. Okay? Now, next we come to collective noun. Collective noun is the name of a collection. Collection of people, collection of cattle, collection of animals, collection of places, collection of members in a society or in a family. Like, Family is the collection of father, mother, brother and sister. In the same way, team is the collection of players. In the same way, herd is the collection of cattle. In the same way, flock is the collection of sheep, goat and birds. Alright. Remember, the collective noun is mostly used as a singular when the collection is one. When the collection is divided, it becomes a plural. For example, jury is a singular. Jury in the court, in the judges. It is still prevailing in some states in America. Okay. If the jury is undivided, if the jury is unanimous, it is singular. But if the jury is divided, the word shows a plural form of the word. Okay, for example, the jury is unanimous in its decision. But when divided, we will say the jury are divided in their opinion, in their verdict. Got it? So, use according to the sense of the tense sentence. Alright. Then we have material noun. Materials, as we know, are of three types: solid, liquid and gases. All these three are uncountable. We cannot count solids, we cannot count gases, we cannot count liquid. So, we seldom use any article before a material noun. Got it? So, first of all, concrete noun, physical shape. It has physical shape, structure, physical shape. So, concrete nouns are in concrete form, physical shape. Whereas, the abstract noun has no physical structure. It can be felt only. For example, quality. Quality is the name that tells us about the quality of a thing or person or anything. For example, we can see a brave boy. He has a physical structure, but we cannot see his bravery. We cannot touch his bravery. Bravery has no physical shape. It is abstract. Okay? So, honest man is always praised. We can see an honest man, but we do feel his honesty. Okay? We can see an able man, but his ability is felt. We feel his ability. So, quality doesn't have any structural form. It is an abstract form. So, when we talk about quality, it can be felt only. In the same way, action. Action, abstract nouns are made from verb. Verb means action. Okay. We can see a man laughing. To laugh is a verb, but laughter becomes an abstract noun. We feel laughter. Okay. In the same way, we can see any action. In Hindi, I would like to explain you. जब हम हिंदी में क्रिया पढ़ते हैं तो हम ये देखते हैं कि क्रिया किसी कार्य के होने या जाने का नाम होता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आना, जाना, उठना, बैठना, खेलना, कूदना, ये कार्यों के नाम हैं. ओके, तो जो भी नाम है, नेमिंग वर्ड हैं, चाहे वो किसी क्वालिटी का नाम हो, किसी कार्य का नाम हो, किसी एक्शन का नाम हो, उसको हम एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन कहते हैं. वी फील देम. ओके, दिस इज वेरी मैंडेटरी, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू नो. आपके जानने के लिए बहुत जरूरी है. फिर हम आते हैं स्टेट पर. स्टेट का मतलब होता है अवस्था. जैसे इन्फेंसी, बॉयहुड, एडोलेसेंस, ओके, एंड रिचनेस, पॉवर्टी, स्लीप, डेथ, लाइफ, ये सब अवस्थाएं होती हैं. हम महसूस कर सकते हैं इनको, है ना. एक पुअर मैन को हम देख सकते हैं, लेकिन उसकी पॉवर्टी को हम फील करते हैं. इसी तरीके से एक रिच मैन को हम देख सकते हैं, एक बॉय को देख सकते हैं, लेकिन उसके बॉयहुड को, इन्फेंट की इन्फेंसी को हम फील करते हैं. ओके, तो स्टेट क्या होता है? नेम ऑफ स्टेट मीन्स किसी अवस्था का नाम. ये भी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन में आता है. और फिर फीलिंग, जो हमारी इननेट फीलिंग्स होती हैं, अंतरतम की भावनाएं होती हैं, अनुभूतियां होती हैं, वो हम फीलिंग्स में पढ़ते हैं. मदरहुड, वर्शिप, ओके, पूजा, प्रीस्टहुड. ओके, तो ये जो फील कर सकते हैं ना हम, वो सभी फीलिंग्स में आते हैं. बस एक बात इसमें ध्यान रखनी है, कॉमन, बहुत कॉमन है, कि ये एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन्स अनकाउंटेबल होते हैं. ओके, तो इनके पहले भी हम नॉर्मली कोई आर्टिकल नहीं लगाते. जब आर्टिकल पढ़ेंगे तो बताऊंगा कैसे लगाते हैं. ठीक है, अभी आप केवल नाउन के इन फीलिंग्स के बारे में जानिए. वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू दैट व्हेन वी स्टडी लैंग्वेज वी हैव टू फॉलो टू अप्रोचेस. वी हैव टू नो अबाउट वोकैबुलरी and we have to know about structural. Two aspects, vocabulary and structure. Vocabulary we learn. If we want to enrich our language, we should add minimum 30 words daily. Remember Helen Keller, who was deaf, dumb and blind, learned 32 words in a day when her teacher Anne Mansfield Sullivan took her into the garden. Okay, so we have to learn very quickly. We have to amass, we have to gather more and more vocabulary. How do we do it? Let us come. We know something about adjectives. We know a bit about adverb. We know about verb also. And of course, we know something about noun. From an adjective, we can make a noun. Okay? From a verb, we can make a noun. Vice versa. From noun we can verb and adjectives or adverb. Let us see. First of all, when we talk about this word able, okay? Able is an adjective, able boy. But we can make noun out of it, ability. Ability is the qualitative noun name of the word able. In the same way, we can make adverb out of it, right? If we make, mostly in many cases, ly in the end of an adjective, we make it an adverb. Able, ably, sincere, sincerely, faithful, faithfully, clear, clearly, sincere, sincerely. Okay. We'll talk in detail about adverb. Okay, so we can make ably from the one word able. In the same way, we can make a verb out of it. From able, we can make the word enable. Enable means to make able. Now, we have a treasure before us. If we know 1000 words, we can make 4000 out of them. Okay, all of the words cannot be formed in this way, but 2 or 3 words can be made with one word. So, we can make 4 words out of one. Okay? In this way, formation of vocabulary begins. You can begin your vocabulary, you can use your vocabulary efficiently with the fullness of your confidence. Okay? So try to make as many words as you can to enrich your vocabulary. Got it? Okay. We are studying now. Master this topic. You know, use of noun is very important in framing sentences, in making sentences. Okay. And the main gist of the topic so far is that noun is the subject, and when subject becomes singular, it will take a singular verb, and if the subject is plural, the verb will be plural. This knowledge will help you throughout your life. Remember, next we are studying about the formation of noun, formation of plurals, only because some plurals are very deceptive, very confusing. When we come to know the reality of the use of singular and plural, only it will enable us to use our verb efficiently. Okay? So, try to be within the topic. Try to think about it. Okay? And be with me. Continuously be with me. You will enjoy it. I assure you. Thank you, friends.